Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. It's Mrs. O'Keefe. I am creating this video in the chance that I lose power, you lose power, we lose connection. Hopefully at some point you can go back to it and take a look. All of the information will also be in print version on Google Classroom, so you may go back to it. So, good morning and happy Monday. Today we're going to be reviewing and getting ready for our Topic 7 test on Tuesday. In the event of a power outage or losing connection, please review for your test. And if you would go to the classwork section and get to any and all of the assignments listed, that would be great. Make sure, go ahead if you can, enjoy the snow after school. And remember, there are no office hours after school. The entire week, we have parent-teacher conferences. So today, homework is just to review for your your math test on Topic 7 test tomorrow. Reminding you that you do have Spanish tomorrow as well. So if you have any assignments that need to be completed for that, please make sure you do that. And please do not forget about ST Math. All right, if we could all go ahead and please stand, excuse me, for the Pledge of Allegiance. Right hand over your heart. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thanks so much. You guys can be seated. All right, so then moving on, here is our classwork section. Monday, February 1st. Obviously, you're going to go to extra math for at least 15 minutes, just like we do every day. After that, review for the Topic 7 test, the practice review and performance task, which I'm going to go through now. Go to Boom Learning to practice factors, multiples, prime, composite, anything that you've already worked on, you can go back to and do again. And then any remaining time you can be using for ST Math. Just as a reminder today, in case, like I said, we lose connection, my homeroom, you have phys ed in the afternoon and Mrs. Grimm has technology. So let's go ahead very quickly and let's talk about your review. So here you see the answers to the Topic 7 review. We're going to pay attention over here first. And then, like I said, you can stop and go through. If we do have class, we will go through these answers more thoroughly. But in case, like I said, there's any connection issues, any questions you have, you can email me directly. So Courtney has 36 photos to arrange on a gallery wall. How many arrays can Courtney make with 36 photos? List all the possible arrays. So just like we'd been doing for days and days and days, we're taking that number 36. We're coming up with all of its factors. And then there are no stipulations as far as how many you have to have in a row or how many on the shelf or whatever, or the wall, I should say, excuse me. So there's 9 different arrays, 1 of 36, 36 of 1, 2 rows of 18, 18 rows of 2, 3 rows of 12, 12 rows of 3, 4 rows of 9, 9 rows of 4, and 6 rows of 6. Because remember that 6, you don't have to switch. Part B, how many factors are there for 36? Write them. What do you notice about the number of factors of 36 and the number of arrays Courtney can make with the photos? There's 9 factors, 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 9, 12, 18, and 36. The number of factors is the same as the number of arrays. And that's because of, again, we had a question like that previously. There's no need to switch that 6 times 6. Part C, write all the factor pairs for 36. Is 36 prime or composite? 1 and 36, 2 and 18, 3 and 12, 4 and 9, 6 and 6. It is composite. 36 is composite because it has more than one factor pair. Excuse me. Remember, if something is a composite number, as long as it has at least 2. If it has 2, it's composite. If it has 7 pairs of factor pairs, it's composite. The only time it is prime is when it has only 1 and itself. All right, question number 2, determine whether the numbers in each list are factors or multiples. So 16, 48, they're multiples. 1, 2, 4, those are factors. 8 and 16, those are factors. 32 and 64 are multiples, because again, it's lists that are factors or multiples of 16. Pretty self-explanatory, knowing the difference between a factor and a multiple. Which statement is true? A, the only factors of 3 are 3 and 1, therefore 3 is prime. The only factors of 4 are 4 and 1. We know that 4 is also 2 and 2. The only factors of 5 are 1 and 5. 5 is composite. Well, if it's only 1 and 5, we know it's prime. The only factors of 8 are 8 and 1, and obviously we know that there is more, that we have 2 times 4 as well. Determine if each number is prime or composite, then write all the factors for each number. So we have 19. It is prime because it's only 1 and 19. 33, it is composite because we have 1, 3, 11, and 33. Select all the equations that have a dividend that is a multiple of 4 and a quotient that is a factor of 18. So this is just like the question we did the other day, where we had to come up with that mystery question, and we had to kind of set it up where we had the dividend, the divisor, the quotient. So these are your 3 options that we have. 8 divided by 4 is 2. 36 divided by 3 is 12. 48 divided by 8 is 6. Write 3 multiples and 3 factors for 24. Again, it doesn't matter which ones they are. I always like to start with the first, but obviously in this case, it doesn't matter because it doesn't say specifically. I just think it's easier. But the 3 factors of 24, we have 1, 2, and 3. Multiples, 48, 72, 96. You could have others as long as they are the answers to your 3 times tables and as long as they are the numbers that will get you to 24. Write 2 multiples of 3 that have a factor of 7. Use equations to explain. 21 and 42. 7 times 3 is 21, and 21 times 42. Select all the true statements. These are all true. 35 has exactly 2 factors. That is not the case because we also know that 7 times 5 is 35. All of the factors of 34 are even numbers. Well, that's not true because obviously when we go through and list 1 to 34, they are not all going to be even numbers, and all the rest are true. Martika says factors and multiples are related. Use the equation 6 times 7 equals 42 to describe the relationship. 6 and 7 are factors of 42. 42 is a multiple of 6 and a multiple of 7. And that was kind of the examples that we had on Friday before we moved on, where we had to talk about the relationships. Not the relationships as far as 200,000 is how many times greater and so on. But when we talked about how do we know those numbers are going to work because one is the factor or a multiple of each other. Which lists all the factors of 25 that are also prime? 5. Carter lives on a street where all the house numbers are multiples of 6. Name 2 possible house numbers that come between 70 and 80. Well, we have 72 and 78. Because if you go through your 6 times tables, those are going to be the only 2 that are there. Write the factors of 30 that are also prime numbers. So you have to list all the factors first and then go through and identify which ones are prime. So it's 2, 3, and 5. Javier says all odd numbers greater than 2 and less than 20 are prime. Find an odd number greater than 2 and less than 20 that is not prime. And again, same thing. You're going to go ahead and you're going to list all of the numbers. And then once you go through, you're going to see that 9 is an example. There is another one as well, which is 15 when you list them all out. Okay, moving ahead to the performance task. Arranging cars to sell. Ms. Ortiz owns a car dealership. The dealership has the inventory of cars listed in the Ortiz car dealership table. Ms. Ortiz wants to arrange all the trucks in the front lot. She would like to have same number of trucks in each row. Part A, how many different ways can the trucks be arranged in the front lot if the same number of trucks are parked in each row? And it's going to be 4 ways. Part B, what are all the ways the trucks can be arranged? Draw and label using different arrays. So again, that's taking the number and then determining how many different ways there can be. So we have 3 rows by 5, 5 by 3, 15 by 1, and 1 times 15. Because again, we're talking about the number 15 for the truck. Ms. Ortiz would like the arrangements to have more than 2 rows of trucks, but less than 6 rows. What are the ways the trucks can be arranged? Again, 5 rows of 3 and 3 rows of 5. 1 row of 15 and 15 of 1 do not meet the requirements. So again, this is just like the work we were doing on Friday. As Ms. Ortiz sells sedans, those sedans remaining are parked in different arrangements. Complete the arranging sedans table to find the number of ways Ms. Ortiz can arrange each number of sedans in the front lot. So there are at least 2 rows with the same number of sedans in each row and more than 1 in each row. So again, we have number of sedans sold, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. They give us all of that. So the number left, number of arranged, and so on. So take a look at the chart and obviously you can stop and move back and go through to make sure you have all of them. Okay. So really quick, over here we have the sedans. We have 36. So if there's 1 sold, 36 minus 1 is 35. So how we can range them. So that's where we got these numbers from. We have the 36, and we're just subtracting how many are sold from it to determine how many are left. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, that's pretty much it for that. Once you are done, I want to remind you that these are all available to you when you go to Boom Learning. We have prime and composite sort, so I'm just going to click on that just to remind you. And even if you did it, you can go back in and do them again, and hopefully that will increase your score. So that's one that you guys had for homework previously. Then we have factors, multiples, prime, and composite numbers. So this one was also available to you. Going through, answering questions about this. So again, an excellent review for you because it won't let you move on until you get them correct. Prime and composite numbers as well. This was the one, with the ice cream cones. So you can go back and practice that. And these are all open and available to you once you go to Boom Learning. And And there's one more available. 4th grade test prep, factors and multiples. So again, which are the factor pairs of 24, 3 times 8, 4 times 6, 2 times 12, 1 times 24. I'm going to submit. Good. Keep going. And so that's what you're going to do there. So that is what I have for you. And then when you go and do all that stuff, you can go to ST Math and so on. So if you have any questions, please just make sure that you go ahead and email me. And again, this is only if we lose connection, guys. All right. So have a great day, and I will hopefully be talking to you later.